The world didn't end with a bang. No fiery cataclysm, no sudden apocalypse. It began with a whisper, a cough in a crowded subway, a sneeze in a busy market. Tiny sounds, almost meaningless, but beneath them, something was spreading. We called it the Chrono-Strain, a bioweapon created by human hands, then abandoned, then unleashed. The infection didn't just kill, it changed people, twisted them, turned them into something not quite human anymore. We called them Echoes, Viridian Heights, once a place filled with life, children playing, cars moving, music drifting through open windows. Now, silence. The streets were empty. Overgrown weeds cracked through the pavement. Abandoned cars rusted beneath a bruised gray sky. Every house looked dead. The air smelled wrong, metallic, rotten, like the entire city was slowly decomposing. And somewhere inside that ghost town, Eli searched for answers. Eli sat alone in the ruins of an abandoned house. Dust floated through broken sunlight. The only sound was the turning of old paper. In his hands was a worn leather journal, his parents' journal. They had been epidemiologists, scientists, researchers, the kind of people who believed every problem could be solved, until the Chrono-Strain proved them wrong. Their final messages were filled with fear. Warnings, incomplete equations, desperate notes written in shaking handwriting. Eli didn't understand all of it, but he understood one thing. His parents knew this would happen.
If anyone can hear this.
Outside, the city waited, silent, watching. Eli moved carefully through the street, a wrench clutched tightly in his hand. Not because he was brave, because he had no other choice. Then, he heard it. A sound from the alley, wet, broken, raw. A guttural shriek echoed through the street. Eli froze. His breathing stopped. Something moved in the darkness, jerking, twitching, dragging itself forward. Its face looked almost human, almost. Its eyes were empty, its mouth stretched open in a silent scream. Fear took over. Eli swung the wrench. Metal cracked against bone. The creature stumbled, but it didn't stop. Then suddenly, a blur moved across the street. A girl emerged from behind an abandoned bus. Fast, silent, dangerous. Her knife flashed in the light. One precise strike. The echo collapsed. She didn't look relieved. She looked annoyed. "Who are you?" Her voice was sharp, cold, like she'd learned long ago that kindness could get you killed. Eli lowered the wrench slowly. "I'm not infected." The words sounded weak, even to him. The girl studied him carefully. Every movement, every breath, looking for signs. Name's Serafina. She wiped blood from her blade, but people call me Sarah. The street fell silent again, but not for long. Sarah turned toward the darkness. Her expression changed instantly, alert, worried. "We need to move." Her voice dropped lower. "They hunt in packs now." Eli frowned. "What do you mean, packs?" Sarah looked back at him, and for the first time, Eli saw fear in her eyes. "They're adapting." Then, the screams began. Not one scream, hundreds. Distant figures emerged at the end of the street. Twisted silhouettes, moving together, faster than before. Eli tightened his grip on the wrench. Sarah slowly raised her knife. Neither of them spoke, because deep down, they both understood the truth. The world wasn't dying, it was evolving, and the echoes were only the beginning. The whisper had become a roar, and now we were trapped inside it. Survival wasn't about strength anymore. It was about adaptation, about trust, about finding allies in a world that taught you to trust no one. But even the strongest alliances can fall apart, especially when the dead are learning. Morning arrived slowly over Viridian Heights. Gray skies, cold air, silent streets. Eli and Sarah moved carefully through the ruins. Every step mattered. Every sound mattered. The metallic smell of decay was stronger now, like the city itself was rotting alive. Sarah walked ahead, knife ready, eyes scanning every rooftop and every shadow. Eli noticed something strange, even when she looked calm. Sarah never relaxed, not completely, like fear had become part of her. But despite her cold attitude, Eli trusted her, more than he wanted to admit. The supermarket stood in silence, half collapsed, dark, empty, at least. That's what they thought. Inside, dust floated through broken skylights. Shopping carts lay overturned. Rotting food covered the floor. The entire place felt frozen in time, like the world had ended in the middle of an ordinary day. Then suddenly, a voice echoed through the aisle. "Well, this is awkward." A boy sat on top of a pile of shopping carts, relaxed, smirking, juggling bruised apples like the apocalypse was a joke. He looked around their age. Messy clothes, sharp eyes, a dangerous kind of confidence. "Name's Jax." He caught another apple effortlessly. "And you two look stressed." Sarah immediately stepped forward, knife raised. "Who are you really?" Her voice was cold, threatening. Jax grinned, but behind the smile, Eli noticed something. He was watching everything, every exit, every shadow, every possible danger. Jax wasn't careless. He just acted like he was. Then, a low growl echoed somewhere behind them. The atmosphere changed instantly. Everyone froze. Two echoes emerged from the darkness, jerking, twitching, hungry. Eli tightened his grip on the wrench. Sarah moved forward, but Jax laughed. "Relax." He grabbed a can from a nearby shelf. "I got this." Flew through the air, crashing into another aisle. The sound exploded through the supermarket. The echoes turned instantly, distracted, confused. Jax moved fast, faster than Eli expected, sliding between shelves, drawing the creatures away. Sarah attacked from behind. Her blade flashed once, then twice. The echoes collapsed. Silence returned. Heavy, uneasy, for a moment. Nobody spoke. Then Jax smiled. "See?" He spread his arms dramatically. "Teamwork." Sarah rolled her eyes. But Eli noticed something. She wasn't telling him to leave. Maybe because deep down, all three of them understood the truth. Nobody survived alone anymore. Then, the noise began. At first, soft, distant. Jax's expression changed immediately. The smile vanished. That might be my fault." Sarah slowly looked toward the entrance, and her face went pale. Hundreds of echoes moved through the street outside, drawn by the sound, drawn by them. The horde stretched across the entire road, a moving wall of death. Jax backed away slowly. For the first time since meeting him, he looked afraid. "We need to run!" The echoes screamed together. One massive, terrifying sound. Then the horde charged, and suddenly, survival became a race.